Good morning, everyone. How are you? Okay, let's take a look. Actually, let's go through chat first. That way it'll give everyone a chance. If you haven't voted on which paper we should use today, go over and do it. It's in the community tab. Open up another tab. But we are super close on what we are going to do. Like, the results have been close all morning. I've been watching it. But let's go ahead and scroll on up. So hello, Dawn. Dawn would be a rabbit. I like it. You know, and after yesterday's bunny, which those of you who don't know the story, I'll tell you the story in a bit. I might choose bunny too. If I could be an animal, I'd be a giraffe or a cat. I like it, Emily. Let's see. Let's see. Good morning, Kenny. Sigrid, hello. Let's see. Ah, Connie's getting your computer face. Gotcha. Emily says, might either color a Disney thin mandala or work in mystery colors animals by Questope. Nice. Let's see. Let's scroll on down. Hi, Chris. Let's see. Mona, Barbara, an eagle. Barbara, that was my choice too. Like, I'd want to be able to fly, but I'd also want to be at the top of the food chain. So like eagle or albatross, something really big. Dragon? Can I be a dragon? Does that count? Let's see. Elizabeth, hello. Christina, hello. Marilyn, hello. Let's see. Everyone coming in here. Okay, I think I didn't miss anyone. If I did, I apologize. But good morning, everyone. Let's take a look at the community tab and see. We're going to refresh, see what the voting says. Let's see. We were at 79 votes last I checked. We are 81 votes. Holy heck, that was really close. Like 48% tan, this paper, and 52% white out of 81 votes. So the white wins. It was close, like all morning. Like at one point it was like at 30 something votes and it was exactly 50-50. So for those of you wondering, this is the Nina Tantone paper. Hi, Mimi. And then this one is the Nina white cardstock, but it looks like, although it's really close, so I'm thinking that we'll do this page on white, stay true to who won, and then we'll do another one in the future with the tan paper for the 48% of the 81 people, unless I refresh now and like 10 people have voted for tan. I'm gonna refresh one more time, just double check. Yes, 81 votes, 48 to 52 white wins. So what we are going to do to specify, I would be a male lion, right? Hi, Carol, how are you? If I was gonna be one of the lions, I would probably choose a male lion as well. But yeah, I would probably be like an eagle or an albatross. Like I said, something that flies, but top of the food chain. So this is Christine Karron's newest image. You can find it on her Etsy store. I have the link in the description below. So if you're watching this back, that is where you can find it. I was in a Prismacolor mood. I've been doing some side projects using Prismacolors, and I'm thinking that's what I want to do. So I've been trying to think about how I want to color her. We definitely need to have like some magic glow on here. I don't know if Christine Karron has posted a picture where she's colored it yet. Hi, Mandy. But I know she usually does like different colored. What I'm leaning towards, see, I had two different color schemes in mind. It is so pretty, Christina. Like I said, it's on her Etsy store. Hi, Marcy. I had two color palettes in mind, depending on which color we were going to do. So like if we'd ended up doing the tan one, I was actually going to have like a white glow come off the crystal, which would have worked really nice on the Tantone paper. But since we are doing the white, I'm leaning towards a blue glow. Mandy would be a cat. I like it. So what we want to do first is if we want a glow in here, obviously this section here will have, you know, some glow on it, you know, with the branches and her hands and everything else. So what I want to do is I want to map in the glow on her skin and her hands and anywhere else that we want to put it first. That way we can work her skin tone around it. I'm also thinking that we'll do a little bit non-traditional skin tone just because she's, what was it? The name of it is Crystal Enchantress. So she is, hi, Ronnie. Let's see. So she is, you know, a little bit of, you know, she's magical. So we could do some kind of magical colors. You know, we could try to channel a little bit of the Christine Karron skin tone and just kind of have fun with it. So what we're gonna do first, and honestly, I've been working with Prismacolors all week, so I'm utilizing Renee's pencil holder here that was sent by the lovely Evelyn. And I am going to pull out of here because I've had a bunch of pencils, and to be perfectly honest, I didn't have time to put them away. But we're gonna use the Sky Blue Light, and that is what we're going to map in. So our blue will be our kind of glow color and is what will highlight the you know, portions where the crystal would theoretically be lighting up, because I mean, it's floating in the air. There's clearly some magic happening on there. So Sky Blue Light is our first color. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit, not all the way, because we're going to be kind of moving around the piece just a little bit. So if this is here, we're going to be dealing with some glow here, definitely some glow on the nose, a little bit on the lips, a little bit on the forehead, hands, neck, all the good spots. So we're going to go ahead and just start sketching that in. It's going to be really light. I don't know if y'all can see it. Hang on. I want to darken this one just a little bit. The little camera is just a tad brighter than I like. So we're just going to, hang on. Now that's too dark. There we go. That's good. Okay, that's fixed. I'm happier with that. Okay. And let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer, and we'll turn the brightness down on here so that maybe you can see the blue. Right, Kenny? It was so pretty. I don't know that I've gotten her last couple of ones. Not that I didn't like them, but you know, I just like, it's kind of nice. But I saw this one and I was just like, oh, yes, thank you. So we are going to be, now it might be a little bit light for you all to see it, but it will show up more once we have more colors around it. So there's definitely going to be some blue glow coming off of her. We're going to do some here. We're just sort of mapping in the sections. Ah, sounds good, Brittany. So we are just going to kind of sketch in these blue sections, and then we will refine its shape when we start adding our other colors. So we've got the jawline, the cheekbone. We're definitely going to have some here. And like I said, mapping these in beforehand, it's you kind of do that way when you want to add any significant highlights on an image. So like if we were doing the tan paper, we would add in all the white beforehand and all of our highlights. Okay, so on the edge of her nose here, right? She absolutely did. Okay, and we're gonna do some here also because it's gonna be a standing thing for summertime. The kids are home currently. Just because school is out. So if they need me, that may be something I might need to pause briefly for, but they should be good for the most part. Okay, so, and we make it a little bit more dramatic. I don't think I'm gonna hold back too much on this. All right, so there's the blue. I don't know, can you guys see that? I know it's really light, but like I said, it'll make more sense when we get in there. I'm not gonna do the hands right now. We're gonna focus on the head and the neck area. And then we will move to the hands after that. But I want to make sure that we get these glow in. Brittany, it's fine. She was saying that the page called out to me. It's fine, hun. So let's go ahead and do, right, Kenny? Exactly. So let's do, what do I want to do for her? I honestly was trying to think of, you know, I've done purple skin tones, blue, green. One of the ones I haven't really done too much is like pink. And I think that's because when we do pink, we tend to default to standard, yeah, it's a little pencil. I have littler ones. I swear I do. It's little baby ones. I'm getting the most of them. I actually swung by Hobby Lobby the other day and I grabbed a couple ones. I was sad though because, right, Ronnie? I was sad though because there were no indigo in the store. But I'll tell you what I have been crafting with the kids. We've been playing with perler beads all week. It's hilarious. Hi, Alex. How are you? So, yeah, we're going to do some nice vibrant pinks, I think. We're going to throw in some purple. So we'll definitely need some mulberry. She had so much fun, Elizabeth. She made her first pillowcase and she was very proud. She got to do the whole thing with Nana. It took us a little bit to figure out the sewing machine because it was it's that smaller one that I showed you all, and the configuration of it is just like unlike either of our sewing machines. And so it was It was a little bit of a wrestle at first, but once we got it figured out and squared away, it worked out okay. But part of it was the tension. The bobbin threading, you know, like in standard sewing machines where it has the little metal thing that you hook the thread for the bobbin around and then it goes up through. Well, it didn't have that. You had to adjust the tension of the bobbin like on the top. It was weird, but we finally got it figured out, but she had a good time. We're going to do a little mini quilt at some point this week where it's just going to be 4 squares and it's just going to be learning the fundamentals of lining the squares up. So nothing too complicated. Let's see. Hey, Ev. Hi, Ev. Let's see. And let's see. Did I miss anyone else coming in? I apologize if I did. You become a leopard. I like it. Right, Ronnie? Oh, her eyes just lit up. She was so excited. So excited. So yeah, we're going to be doing that little craft. Okay. Speaking of tiny pencils, itty bitty, little teeny tiny. Do I have another raspberry out already? Ah, I do. Black raspberry. Here we go. Beans. Hi, Jamie. I'm so glad. Right? So the pillowcase was my first project too. I think it's just like a standard first project. And we're like, this seems absolutely perfect. Also, you know what she is reading for her first time? I introduced her to the Nancy Drew books. So she is reading book 1, Secret of the Old Clock. After she finishes each chapter, she kind of doesn't give me an overview, but I just ask her, you know, okay, well, what do you think of it so far? She hasn't met Bess or George yet. She's not entirely sure how she feels about it, but you know, we're getting there. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of kind of like, I've got black raspberry, I've got some mulberries, I've got Dahlia Purple, I've got processed red. Oh no, Elizabeth. Let's see. Let's get hot pink and deco pink. Hot pink is teeny tiny. We'll have to see if we have any more hot pink in the trays, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's grab our handy dandy pencil extender here if I can find it. I kind of shifted things around a little bit. This one will work. But yeah, she has been enjoying it. We have lots more projects in mind. All right, get a sip of water here. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and start with black raspberry is our darkest. We should grab black cherry too, I think. That one, what's this one? This one is dark purple. Do I want dark purple? We'll put dark purple to the side just in case. There is the show, but I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I'm going to start her out with the classic Carolyn Keene and go from there. Yeah. Welcome, JC. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. We are choosing bright, vibrant colors. We are not doing our normal standard skin tone. I've done a lot of different ones, but this is really going to make the blue from the glow of the crystal stand out. We might do, let's just grab let's see, this one is Deco Peach and Light Peach. We're gonna grab these also, because I'm not sure I want it to be like bam in your face. It's more like the brightest colors are gonna be around the edge here, but then her highlights will be the lighter ones. A fun pink hippo pillow, oh nice. Oh, that's right. They wanted me to do Black Widows. Evelyn, I gotta be perfectly honest, up until you just said something, I forgot that. Okay, so for those of you that I promised I'd do Black Widows, I'm so sorry I forgot, but I have got the color palette for Prismacolors in mind. So for our next one, we will do Black Widows. I honestly, Ev, out of my mind, I completely forgot. Sorry. We're gonna do Prismacolors. Oh my gosh, I honestly completely spaced it. All right, so let's do, hi Maylin. Let's do Black Raspberry. I mean, I'd like to be honest with you, and yeah, that's all it was. Yes, make a note. I should. Where are my sticky notes? Hang on. Sticky notes. Here they are. Look at that. I move things around a little bit, so it's like I gotta make myself signs. Tell me where I need to go. Okay, we are gonna do Black Widows. No W. Widows next. My handwriting is atrocious. All right. Like Prisma, so it's okay. Awesome. All right, and I'm gonna put the sticky note on my glide bar here from my camera, so it's up there because it'll be like, why is this thing on my camera? And then I'll be like, oh yeah. In 5th grade? That's awesome. Okay, so black raspberry here. I have all these colors, but it's not going to be a ton. Okay, so raise a hands. I don't know. Maybe I should just put a spoiler alert in advance for those of you watching it back. Okay, so big spoiler alert. Boop, boop. I went and saw Multiverse of Madness. Now, it's been out for a while, but Steve and I finally got to go to the movies. It was, I won't say anything too specific. She does indeed, JC, but Black Widows and Prismacolors feel entirely different. I wouldn't necessarily choose skin tones to do with Black Widows. Black Widows, like, I have different pages for different things kind of thing. Oh, yes, I can zoom in. There we go. And let's make sure she is in focus. There we are. Would be a, oh wait, what's the emoji? Oh, you would be a dolphin. Oh, that's awesome, Ronnie. But yeah, so we saw Multiverse of Madness. It wasn't bad. I can definitely label it as not my favorite of the Marvel movies. I really like, you know, Doctor Strange and the whole storyline, but I'll admit, it was a little darker than most Marvel movies. Like, I don't know, I consider a lot of Marvel movies fairly family friendly as far as, you know, like maybe if you had teenagers or whatever else. You know, we haven't shown it to the kids or anything yet. Be an eagle, Mona, that was my choice too. But it was, I mean, I won't say any specifics because if you haven't seen it yet and you're waiting till it comes out for rental or whatever else, I don't want to ruin it. But it was interesting to say the least. I was not expecting it. And I was like, okay. And then I was reading about it afterwards and it was meant to be like that. And I'm like, okay. All right, so that was Black Raspberry. Let's move into a little bit of, let's move into a little bit of Process Red, I think. Right, Alex? Like, we were watching it and I was like, I mean, I wasn't going to run out of the theaters by any means, but I was just like, well, that took a direction I wasn't expecting. It was interesting. I hadn't heard too much about it, so maybe that was good because it surprised me, but I was just like, huh. Okay. I don't know. There's going to be more multiverse movies coming out, right? Because I mean, like Loki kind of left you hanging with the whole multiverse theories. They've got to be building up to a big one. You don't go to movie theaters anymore? Yeah, this was the first time I had been to theaters since I don't know when. Definitely pre-pandemic. I cannot remember the last time. It's been at least 3 years. At least 3 years. Okay, so Process Red. Like I said, we're doing the brighter pinks, but I don't want to completely overwhelm it. I don't want to look like she just, you know, I want to look like she was meant to be pink, you know? Like on her planet, all the Enchantresses are pink. And I'm going pretty light now. We're going to get heavier as we go along. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our Black Raspberry again. Okay. And the nice thing about Christine Karron is with her grayscale, if you're unfamiliar with where to put your shadows, okay, good, I hope so. Morbius, yeah, I haven't seen it. Wait, that one's streaming somewhere, isn't it? Also, Everything Everywhere at Once, that movie with Michelle Yeoh, is that one a Marvel Universe one? You don't want her to look sunburned? No, not so much. Not so much. We're avoiding the sunburnt portion. But yeah, I was very surprised. But I still love Benedict Cumberbatch, but it definitely was not a movie I would take not that I've taken them to see any of the Marvel movies, but still, I was like, this one is not for children. Oh, how was it? Yeah, so that's the thing too, is the Multiverse of Madness, because I'm using Process Red now, because it's been out for a while. Oh, Blue Rooster, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to our coloring family. Because it's been a while since it's been out, there were maybe like 3 other couples in the theater. They chose, it was in one of their smaller theaters because it's been out for a while. But we had the entire row to ourselves. So we're like, well, this is nice. Okay. So I'm trying to remember where we put the blue. It's pretty light. So we're going to go in with our processed red just a little bit more. Then we're going to choose another color, and we're just going to slowly build all these layers up. On YouTube, nice, Rinka. Oh, interesting. Had a nightmare the night you saw it? Oh no. And man, Marvel's going down a dark road. Okay, let's see. So we've done the processed red. We've done the black raspberry. Let's go in with a little bit of hot pink. Let's start get some of these lighter colors in here. Okay, little handy dandy pencil extender. Never give up, never surrender. We'll use the pencil extender. All right, so hot pink. It's okay that we're just doing light colors right now. As we build in, we're gonna layer up our darker colors, because this is just our first layer here. So we're just kind of trying to get the basic tone down on her. There we go. But I don't want to go so light that you can't see the variation. In fact, we're going to use the hot pink over her lips too, but we will make her lips darker. So we're just using the hot pink now. All right, so we want to lay down the hot pink around where the blue is. So we're just going really light. I am barely pressing it all, just enough to get some pigment on here. Okay. And bring it up like so. Here we go. Let's add a little bit here. And a little bit there. No worries, Ev. Hi, Allie. Oh, okay. That'll be interesting then. All right, what else do we have here? We have 1078, which is black cherry. Let's start going in with some of that then. Let's start getting it a little bit darker. Okay. Not pressing super hard, but I am pressing hard enough to start changing it just a little bit. Go. Okay, see, we're getting some of those darker shadows in here now. It's going to be a very interesting skin tone by the time we're done, but I think I'm going to love it. Now we also have these darker shadows around her eyes, so we're going to start laying in some of our darker colors there as well. Like I said, learning skin tones, I have learned so much just following Christine Karron shadows. It has helped me just immensely kind of figuring out where to naturally place the shadows when I'm coloring pages that aren't grayscale. It has just helped a ton. And there's some really beautiful, beautiful images done by colorists on her pages too. So if you're ever like struggling with color choice or where to place, your extra colors, always take a browse at Instagram and see what other people are doing and how they place theirs. It always helps. Well, 69 is not too bad with a 90-degree temp. Let's see, what are we? Right, Kenny? Let's see. We are at 86 degrees and humidity is 65. So yeah, that's kind of close to what we're at right now, but it's kind of just bleh. No, thank you. I'm good. I did indeed. Yeah, let's see. Did it change at all? Right now, when I last checked, we had 81 votes. Let's see. 83 and whoo, that was close. White still won at 83, but it's 49% and 51%. So that means we're definitely going to need to do a page with the tan paper at some point. Okay, so that's the hot pink. We have the black cherry. Let's go in with the mulberry a little bit. Okay, we're going to press a little bit harder. Not too hard, but a little bit. Really want to get some of these vibrant colors in here. And then we need to start thinking about her hair too. Now this right here, you see this is her part in her hair. So I'm gonna move this down just a little bit. So we wanna make sure that we include that too, because that is her skin. We'll probably go a little bit darker than we come back. Wait, what? Rinka, I think I missed something. Felt like soup outside? Oh, yeah, I can only imagine. I'm thinking we need to grab a darker blue too. Let's see, if we're using sky blue light, let's get a little bit of light cerulean blue. Do I already have that out? Let's see, that's Blue Lake. I know I have some colors all the way, or not all the way, already out. Like I said, I was working on another project. Let's do, ooh, caught on there. Ooh, what about non-photo blue? I like that. Okay. Yeah, non-photo blue. I really like that. That's nice for everyone. Let's map in that blue just a little bit more. Okay. Now we're still gonna wanna bring in some of this pink because it's not like the pink disappears, but we just want this blue to really stand out. Prismacolors are great for this kind of skin tone. And if you're not pressing too hard, then it shouldn't, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. If you're not pressing too hard, it's really good for the skin tones because you can add up the layers. Okay. A little bit on the ears. Can't forget the neck. I am supposed to be doing the neck too, but I have a tendency to get excited about the other parts that I'm coloring and be like, maybe not. Okay. So yeah, for those of you who didn't see any of my stories yesterday, so we're gonna use Mulberry now. We found a baby bunny. We were outside and Steve moved our outside trash can, you know, like the ones that you put out on the edge of the street on garbage day. And there was a little bunny underneath. And so we're just like, okay, well, clearly he was, you know, there to get out of the heat, but he looked so small. We weren't sure if he was old enough to be on his own. So we did a little research and finally we're like, okay, I can't really get too many conclusive answers. So I contacted our local wildlife rehabber and I was able to text her a picture of him. And she's like, oh yeah, he's probably been out for a couple weeks, but he definitely would not have done well in this neighborhood. There's just not a lot for him to hide in. There's too many cars, that kind of thing. So she agreed with us that it was better if we moved him to a more bunny-friendly location. And we remembered a particular park that we have seen bunnies at before. So we loaded him up in a little box with some grass and a strawberry, because we read that breed likes strawberries. And we went and set him free. The kids did surprisingly well with it. I think it's just because you have your because I struggled with it initially, but if you just start thinking of it as, you know, you choose your darks and your lights and place the shadows and everything. But I don't know, I find it refreshing sometimes to do them just because it's not of the norm. You know, like it's just, if it is like Star Trek world, there's so many different skin tones on there. Okay, so that was Mulberry. I swear my brain is having a hard time connecting with my mouth today. Hi, Thea. Yeah, with values, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna get a sip of water here. All right, we need to get this part a little bit darker too. Really make these blues stand out. Okay, so let's get our processed red and start getting a little bit more color in here. Going nice and light because it is a pretty vibrant color. It's just easier to kind of start out slower and then build your colors up. Aw, thanks. It was so cute. And it did. I would be lying if I said it did not briefly pop into my head that, oh, it's so cute, we should keep it. And I was for about 10 minutes, I was formulating in my head different bunny hutches and how we could set him up a little home in the backyard. But then I was doing my research, and this particular, it was an Eastern Cottontail. This particular breed can jump upwards of 10 to 15 feet. And especially after talking with the rehabber, like it just does not do well in captivity. And so I was like, nah, we're gonna rehome Bunny. He wasn't injured or anything. He literally just wandered into our yard to get, you know, out of the heat, which I don't blame him. But it's not a good place for bunnies. Shannon, you would be Hemi. I love it. But it was awfully cute with his little nose. And the funny, you know, the interesting is we didn't actually touch it at any point in time, because when I put the box down next to it, he just, you know, did a little bunny hop right in. He's like, oh, okay, this is a much better location. And then we just tilted the box to the side when we released him, and off he went on his little bunny way. Okay, I feel like we need to get a little bit heavier now, really start laying in these other colors. So let's go to, what do we have? Dahlia Purple we haven't used too much yet. So we're gonna get a little bit heavier now, because at some point we're gonna use our blender also and kind of smooth all of this paper tooth out. I love Dahlia Purple, honestly, it's one of my favorites. I think it's so pretty. A lot of the really rich, vibrant colors I enjoy a lot. But the kids named it Special. That was his name, because it was a special bunny. Boy or girl, I have no idea, but he was a cute bunny. And it was a perfect place too. I mean, clearly, because like the camouflage with the surrounding like area, like foresty kind of area, like we almost didn't see him. You'll notice on the video that I have on Instagram, like it was kind of shaky right before he hopped off. And that's because I was getting up, because I just assumed he was just going to sit there until we left. And then Steve pointed out like, oh, he's moving. And I'm like, and I jumped the camera back up. He's just so cute. But he looked completely healthy, no injuries. His eyes looked clear, his fur, his coat all looked good. He had no bald patches. He was clearly a very healthy bunny. And I'm like, I cannot justify. Went on his little bunny way, exactly. Oh, thanks, Puckett. Yeah, we are working it. We're slowly building it up. This side needs to get much darker. Okay, so we're gonna use some black raspberry now. But yeah, I gotta start thinking about what I wanna do for her hair. We may just do like a light pink for her hair, kind of keep going with the theme a little bit. I definitely wanna get some of this darker color over here. Go. Honestly, I'm tempted to just like skip the neck and keep working on, I mean, obviously we won't skip it completely, but I kind of just want to focus on the face at the moment. So we're just in these areas with the darker shadows. We're just going in with the black raspberry a little bit. Yeah, glad to see you here. Well, we're going very, very pink with our crystal Enchantress today. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this is the Process Red. This is just one of the few skin tone colors I haven't really done yet. So it's like, how do we accomplish this without making her look like she stood in front of the heater for too long? Okay, now I want to bring down some of this here because obviously it's a blue glow on her already pink skin. So we need to make sure that it's not just blue on this side. But again, we're going very lightly. Thanks, Barbara. It's still kind of fun to think outside the box a little bit sometimes. Okay, so we're using that Process Red. Now there should be a little bit of a blue glow on her mouth. Just a little bit. Make sure we squeeze that in here. Because we're going based off a glow from that crystal. I'm gonna press a little bit harder with this blue here now. There we go. I don't know if you can see that blue. Gosh, it's so bright. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. We turned it down a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. Here we go. But yeah, it was super cute. It was so hard not to pick it up and snuggle it. But one, it's wildlife, so it needs to be touched by people as little as possible. And two, you know, maybe it was carrying something and I didn't know. So it's always good to try and touch wildlife as little as possible if you're planning on re-releasing them back into the wild. But it was actually nice because the kid's grandmother has been visiting, and it was a good distraction when it was time for her to go. So I'm like, all right, it worked out well. All right, let's grab our Dahlia Purple. Add a little bit of that over here, not much, super light. Okay, let's grab a little bit of the pink rose. Okay. And we can always layer on a little bit more when we, after we use our blender. There we go. Welcome back. Okay. So I'm just going nice and light. And then let's go a little bit darker on, let's see, what do we want to grab? Let's get our 1078. That is the black cherry. Okay. And we're going to get a little bit darker on her eyes here. If almost a kind of grape eyeliner almost. A little bit there. Go. Okay, let's see. Let's now grab, the, let's see, this is the mulberry. Let's get a little bit of mulberry. I'm just kind of going back and forth and seeing where I feel like there needs to be more of this color or less of the color, and we're just kind of going back and forth. I'm not really following any particular formula short of following where the shadows are. Yeah, that's what I figured, Kenny. I was like, you never know, and I don't want to pass anything to me or the cats or whatever else, so we did not touch it at all. We did find it a better place to hang out than underneath our trash can. Like, all right, Mr. Bunny. You're cute, but you can't stay unless you pay rent. Unless you're paying rent and cuteness. In that case, then you're probably paying a lot of rent because you're super cute. All right, a little bit of mulberry here by the hairline. Okay, let's see. Let's add, welcome back. Let's add a little bit of mulberry to her lips. And again, we're following the shadows that Christine already put in. We're gonna go a little bit darker here in just a bit. Okay, let's get the black raspberry. Okay. There we go. Let's do a little bit of the Dahlia Purple. At some point, I'm going to need to use the blender on here so that I can figure out just how dark this all is. Okay, let's see. Let's add a little bit more blue. And this is the non-photo blue. I need to add more pink to that ear too. Okay, so the blue is going to be the glow from the crystal. That is why we're adding it here. Thanks, Allie. Okay. Like I said, the key to doing these kinds of like skin tone with the kind of non-traditional colors, but then the different kind of blends on here, especially if you're doing like a skin glow, is just to take your time and slowly build up the layers. Okay, let's grab a little bit of the Deco Peach. And fill some of that in. And then let's grab the Light Peach. Yeah, I have to like up my brightness up all the way. Okay, we're gonna use the Light Peach. It's having a little bit of this slightly more yellower kind of tone to it also helps give it a little bit of variation. Okay, now we may need to add some white to this when we, after we layer on here. Let's see. What color do we want to do her eyes? I'm thinking something purpley, something dark and purpley. So let's grab the Black Cherry. Thanks, Don. Right, JC? Well, the satisfaction of that comes after you use the blender, because then it does get it dark super fast. But if you think of it as more of like a relaxing activity, it's easier to build up those layers. Now I am just following the shadows that she did for the pupils. Let's grab our hot pink and fill that in there. Okay, and then let's grab the dark purple, actually. We have that there. We're gonna go a little bit darker. There we go. And then we might add a little bit of this blue. So this is the non-photo blue. Just a little bit of the blue in her eyes. Not a ton. Here we go. Let's grab our black. Hi, Renee. Thank you. I'm gonna add that in a little bit. We're gonna add a white highlight to it, but I want to make sure she has a little bit more pupil. Okay, I would like to see where we're at now. I usually add my blending in early, but keep in mind, as soon as you add this, you're gonna be able to add. You will be limited to the amount of layers that you can add once you add the blender. So make sure that you have the bulk of your color down, and then you can work on adding more afterwards. So we're gonna go ahead and use the blender now, and we are gonna see just how bright this is going to be. I'm trying not to get the blender on any places I haven't colored yet, because it gets harder to put color on top of that if you have blender down on uncolored paper. All right, see how dark that's getting? And this is where white could be your best friend. If you turned out that it's too vibrant or it's brighter than you like, then you can use white on top of it. But I really like to use this because it gets out the tooth of that paper, and it's just, I mean, just look at that difference. I mean, she is gonna be dark, 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 dark. But hopefully if I did it right, she should naturally be lighter on that side. I love these blenders so much. They're my faves. There we go. I went over it probably about 4 or 5 times. Probably about 4 or 5 times, depending on how light I was. Because, I mean, obviously, depending on the colors that you use, you'll be able to gauge, like, you know, like, okay, I want a little bit more here, a little bit there. So you want a bulk of it. But yeah, I probably did about 4 or 5, I think, on different sections. Yeah, that was really bright. We're going to tone it down a little bit. Sounds good, Ev. Thank you so much for being here, hon. Have a good rest of your work day. Okay. And just see what this does for it. It's just like, bam. Shannon. Trust the process. I promise. Okay. Well, my goodness, look at her go. Okay, so now, let's see what white I'm already using. There we go. We're gonna grab our white now, because obviously this is pretty dark and very vibrant. So we are going to use our white now. And we are going to further smooth it out and kind of tone down that vibrancy just a bit with our white. And then from there, we'll add any more that we feel like we need to add. Like, I feel like I should add definitely a bit more blue. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to keep on kind of smoothing all that out. And we are gonna fix her eyelashes when we're all done too, because they're kind of disappearing underneath all of this. There is no shortage of vibrancy on her face. There we go. The thing about live streaming, it's just you gotta pray that your idea works out, because everyone's gonna see it if it doesn't. Thanks, Ronnie. Okay. But yeah, we were playing with perler beads with the kids, and I realized that perler beads, if you're not familiar with them, there's little beads that you set up in patterns on a tray and then you iron it. But I realized that perler beads are actually really similar to like diamond painting in that sense, because of the way that you set them up. Okay, I'm loving that. I'm thinking that's turning out very nice. Let's brighten this back up again so you guys can see. Zoom out just a bit. We're definitely gonna add a little bit more on top. Okay, so let's grab a little bit of our pink rose. Okay. There we go. A little bit on the jawline. Definitely need to do her ear still. Okay. That looks different to you guys, like on the camera on my screen, than it does like in real life. I wish there was a way to just make it accurate. Okay. So like I said, the idea with the blue is that it's going to be the glow from the crystal. All right, let's go ahead and grab our black raspberry. I want to get a little bit darker on the side here. I'm trying to think, are there any, like in TV shows, are there any famously pink aliens? I feel like there has to be. There we go. Now we're going to use this a little bit on the darker part of her eyelid. Same here. Okay, let's get some more blue. There we go. Okay, let's get our sky blue light. You see the blue on TV? Okay, awesome. Oh, you've seen a blue one. You've seen a blue one before. Yeah, they've got like, they've got all kinds of color aliens on Star Trek. I was trying to think if there was like ever a Star Trek or a Marvel movie where there were pink. I want to say that there was one in Guardians of the Galaxy, that there might have been a pink alien there. We need more pink aliens. Okay. Going a little bit darker here now. Want to make sure we're getting in that blue highlight on her nose. I'm gonna blend that all in a bit. There we go. Hi, Terralyn, how are you? Krylorians from Marvel Universe, but I don't know what those are. There you go. All right, we need to do her neck and her hands now. I feel like adding in the glow of the blue is like one of the hardest things. Okay, so let's go ahead. We kind of have the rest of the blue mapped out on her neck. Let's do her hands. So we're definitely, I'm gonna go a little bit harder now that I see how blue things are here. We're definitely gonna have some blue here, there, a little bit on her fingers. Okay, a little bit on her knuckles here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing with her hands. Okay, we're gonna definitely do her hands here. She's gonna have a lot of blue on her hands. And then up here, up on her fingers here, there, and here. Gonna have some down on her arms here, here. Definitely the palm of her hands here. Yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. How are you, Julie? Okay, so this, she's got a, let's see, this is sort of, that's her cuff here. The sleeve goes here. So we're definitely gonna have some blue here on her neck. We're gonna add some here and there. Okay, so let's go ahead and map in her shadows here. We're gonna start with the black raspberry. Okay, now we've already done some of her neck, just a little bit, but it'll all make sense once we kind of have it all here. So we're gonna do, we've done something kind of similar to this. I wanna say it was a Halloween themed colorathon that we had done. Okay, so just like so. Okay. And then we're going to get some here. We're just using the black raspberry. I have no idea what color I'm gonna do her dress yet. I'm leaning towards like a white because there's so much color on her body, but I'm not sure. We are working on a Christine Karron page and we are doing her in non-traditional colors. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by, Renee. Have a good day at work. Okay, so black raspberry. A little bit there. No idea what I'm doing for the background yet. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. A little bit there. Okay, let's see. Let's see, we'll do here. I'm not quite sure where her dress ends. That could have been part of her dress. We're gonna roll with it. Let's see. Okay, let's also grab now, let's do the mulberry. Okay, we're gonna go over that black raspberry. And then we'll bring in that hot pink as well. Okay, there we go. We're just mapping in all that pink kind of around it. For anyone that is trying to figure out why the blue is there, we are adding it because of the glow from what this crystal will be. So we're kind of adding that ahead of time before we add any kind of glow from the actual crystal. We're just using mulberry now. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead. I'm so glad, Terralyn. Let's go ahead and grab our hot pink. Oh, wait. You know what? We didn't finish our mulberry on her neck. I keep forgetting her neck and her ear. I'm telling you, like I focus on the face and I'm just like, now we're done. Hang on. I'm gonna finish off her ear real quick because otherwise she will be completely just earless on this whole thing. There we go. Let's use our blender. You be a kitty cat? I love it. Let's use our white a little bit. And our black raspberry just a bit. There we go. That's better. I know it's a little bit out of frame for that. And by the way, her lips aren't done and neither are eyebrows. Like this is definitely like a slow work in progress. Thank you. Ooh, thunderstorms today. I love thunderstorms. We just got hot. It's hot, hot, hot here. All right, so now we're gonna use the hot pink. We're gonna kind of fill in a lot of that other white space that isn't complete yet. Okay. There we go. All right, and then let's go with the... Aw, thanks, Kenny. You bird or a fish, they both seem so free, right? Either way, whatever animal I choose to be, I want to be like the one on the top of the food chain. Like, I want to enjoy being an animal. I'm going to go over the blue, by the way, because this is going to be a super light blue back here on her knuckles. I want to enjoy being an animal, but I also don't want to have to worry about getting eaten. So, yeah, I want to choose a big animal. One where all the other animals will leave me alone. That's why I'm thinking eagle, albatross, you know, flying, but also like top of the food chain. Okay, let's see. Let's add a little bit more of, what do we have? We have the black cherry. We can add a little bit of that. Hi, Sherry. Carolyn Stabe, I wanted to pop in and say hi and say to her and everything. Interesting color choices on the face. Can't wait to see it done. I hate missing too. Ah, no worries. Yeah, it's gonna be a cool picture when we're all done. I like doing stuff out of the ordinary. All right, black cherry. Okay. Yeah, I've been struggling to finish some of the ones that we started, but this one most definitely. This one and the one pencil challenge page are on my docket to definitely finish. I'm thinking though, we might continue this one on, because I'd like to do this since it's so out of the ordinary. I'd like to do this with you all. So what do you say that obviously we've got plenty of time here. We still have another hour. But whenever we're done with this today, do you guys want to keep working on this on Friday? And then Friday can be the last day with it. We can finish it up there. That way you can kind of see how it's all gonna work out. All right, let's go ahead and use the pink rose. There we go. Blend in that pink rose a little bit. Yes? Okay, cool. Yeah, because it's not just like a simple, okay, you've kind of seen how I've done it. Because it's a face and none of it's like repetitive patterns, like it's all kind of different. Because I still got to figure out what we're even going to do for the hair. I figured I'd wait to choose the hair color until, she's got her nails, doesn't she? What should we do for her nails? Yeah, it's definitely something we kind of figure out as we go along. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of Dahlia Purple for her nails. I mean, purple nails suits her because she's got pink skin. She's got a whole different skin color palette to work with here. Okay, let's go ahead and do hot pink. Yes, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll keep working on this on Friday then. I think she'll look really cool by the time she's done. Poor little body parts that are just kind of thrown to the wayside that I don't really... I always forget. It's the neck, it's the ears, it's the hands. I like get excited to do the face and then I'm like, now we're done. Oops, sorry. Go. Okay, let's do a little bit. You want to see the entire process? Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, black raspberry. I'm leaning toward like, I want to say like a white hair would be really cool with this. Like really make her skin tone be the focal point. But it'd have to be like white hair with a hint of some sort of color in it. Like maybe like a light pink to go with it. Okay, let's go ahead and use our blender. Jamie, actually, this is an image by Christine Karron. The link for it is in the description below, so it's available now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Christine Karron is an incredibly talented illustrator. It is because of her that I have felt more comfortable with coloring faces. But yeah, this is up in her Etsy store, actually, so you can purchase it anytime you like. But yeah, the description is the link is in the description below. I think I have a command for her. Shannon or Kenny, do you guys know the command for Christine Karron's? It might be like !Karron or ! Christine. I don't remember. I have a command for her though that'll take you to her Etsy store. Okay, let's use a little bit of the pink rose. Okay, I want to smooth out that edge between the pink and the blue. We need to add a little bit more blue to it, so we're going to use some of this light cerulean. Okay. Now, I most definitely can't take credit for drawing this beautiful image. Like, words are hard. Christine's style of drawing is so just unique. Like, it's just, she's so talented. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't charge to watch lives. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Ooh, platinum hair with blue tint. I kind of like that. All right, so we're gonna use the sky blue light. Yeah, this will be posted afterwards, most definitely. All right, let's use our white now. Try and get things to kind of look the same as her face, and then we'll add as needed. Yeah, I hadn't started a playlist for this one yet because I wasn't sure how many we were going to do, but now that I know we're going to do Friday, I'll make a playlist for this. That's what I've been doing for most of them these days, is when we're doing it, I will. Hi, Catherine, how are you? Ah, there it is, Karen. Okay, perfect. I couldn't remember what I used for her link. I completely forgot what I was saying. Anyway, but yeah, this should be fun. I'm excited to see the end of this. Like I said, it was because of Christine that I got better at and more comfortable with doing skin tone. Like Hannah Carlson's are great, but it's the grayscale that really helped me kind of figure things out. Okay, let's use a little bit of the cerulean. Get some of that darker blue on her. Then let's use the white. You're gonna spam chat till you figured it out. Also, exclamation point commands, I believe, will get you the list of commands. I think that's the one it is. Because like I have so many commands we've used over the years. I need to go through there because sometimes I'll make a command for an event or whatever else, and then it's not even applicable anymore. It's like, oh, that's helpful. All right, let's go ahead and use our blender. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. There you go. There you go, that's them. Commands. All right, so let's go ahead and use the blender on her hands. We'll definitely need to add a little bit more blue to her hands. But we're gonna get this part done first. There we go. And I need to do the skin that's behind her hands. It's looking rough now, but it'll smooth out. That white really helps things. What does the white do? The white tones down the vibrancy, and it's that last little help that I might need to kind of blend some of these colors together to make it all kind of smooth. sometimes it can come out just a little too vibrant. And that's just a nice way to kind of to save that a bit. All right, let's go ahead and give the white a quick sharpen. I feel like this will make so much more sense once we have the glow of the crystal and everything else around it glowing as well. So I'm gonna use that white, kind of smooth things out, tone it down just a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, I like that. That's good, Barbara. Yeah, for sure. Kenny, I don't even remember them, and I'm the one who made them, so you're good. Most of the time, like, I know there's a command out there somewhere. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, nice, Rinka. How are you liking it? I can't wait for her new book. So excited. She just amazes me. She just keeps on coming up with new stuff all the time. Yeah, we definitely need a little bit more blue in her hands. There we go. And I am actually pressing pretty hard right now. I'm really just kind of working that white in. Go. Okay, let's go ahead. Flick, 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 right, Pamela? Absolutely, yeah, she does so good with it. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our cerulean. I'm gonna add that in just a bit. I definitely have to say though, like I prefer, I know like on her Patreon, she's doing images on there, but I definitely prefer the more, I guess, mature isn't the word. Like I don't not always like, you know, doing the smaller kind of cute petite ones. I like doing the ones that are more like this. I definitely have my preferences of which of her pictures that she does. But she's just so talented. And I love that she has diamond paintings too. Like she's getting recognized. Like she does stuff in Coloring Heaven. Like it's just, she's so good. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and blend that blue just a little bit. Okay. There we are. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, because you can tell it's only like blue on one side of her face, so she's definitely getting some glow a bit. Good morning, Della. Yeah, agreed, Barbara. That's exactly it. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit of, what do we want to do here? Let's grab the black cherry. I'm gonna refine just a couple of these edges here where we've kind of lost the line a little bit. Okay, here we go. Up there. I also want to refine this because this side's got to be much darker in comparison to where that blue is at. Okay. Yeah, non-traditional is just kind of, it's kind of fun sometimes. Get you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Yeah, that's fun. All right, let's get our blender. There we go. We need to go do her lips too. There we go. Aw, thanks, Stella. Yeah, we were doing something kind of fun today. Okay. All right, let's zoom out for a second. Kind of look at her skin tone as a whole. I'm pretty happy with the direction that it's going. There's nothing that says that I won't, you know, add a little bit more as we're going along, because this side is definitely much darker than this one. Okay, let's darken that up just a little bit. Then we can use our blender, blendy blend blend. I'm gonna smooth that out just a bit. There we go. Yeah, she's coming along, but she needs some, thanks, Kenny. She needs some lipstick, this girl does. Absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom on in just a bit. All right, let's do a little bit of Dahlia Purple. Kind of trying to follow her shadows just a little bit. Gonna add a little bit of blue to her on this side. Okay. And then let's add our hot pink. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope we feel better soon. All right, hot pink. Here we go. Let's use our black raspberry. Nice dark in the corner there. Okay. Let's use our blender. That across. Okay, then we're going to use our white. Okay, then we're going to use our black raspberry. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, I need to zoom out and take a look at this as a whole now. If we're going to choose her hair color, because we need to make sure that we get in the blue highlights for the crystal on her hair as well. So we're definitely going to be mapping it in here, here. This is going to get blue. Okay, this is going to get blue here. Blue, and we're going to work on top of these, so it doesn't have to be super precise at the moment, and that's okay. But she definitely needs to show that there is a blue glow going on here. Then the rest of all of this blue will make sense by the time we get there. Just sort of building it up. And we can do a little bit of blue on the edge of that one, just a bit. Okay, so got me on a Prisma kick? I know, right? Well, I feel bad. I completely forgot that I said I was gonna do Black Widows, but I spaced it. Okay, I'll be honest, now that I'm looking at her, I'm almost leaning towards a darker purple hair, and then we could do like a white dress. Kind of thinking that. We could use the black cherry, black raspberry, dark purple, the dioxazine purple hue. Let's see, dark or light? Dark or light? I kind of am leaning towards dark. Let's see, let's get the dioxazine purple hue. Let's see, that's violet. Yep, here it is, dioxazine purple hue. I had a bunch of these colors out. Ah, there you go, that works. All right, so we're gonna work on the right side first, since that's going to make the biggest difference with the glow. We also need to add a little bit of blue down on this bottom part. Okay, so I've just sort of mapped it in. Because it's such a light color and we're gonna do a dark color, it will go over the top of that blue just fine. So as long as you make sure that you leave that blue where you want it to be and leave room for you to add cerulean where you really want it to pop, then it'll work just fine. Okay, so we've got the Dioxazine Purple Hue. We're definitely gonna get the black cherry, the black raspberry, dark purple, there it is. And let's get the hot pink and process red. There we go. Okay, so that is what we're gonna start using. We are going to start with the Dioxazine Purple Hue, actually. And that'll be kind of like the base, and then we'll build up the other colors on top of it. So let's start here. And yeah, we're just gonna be doing our flicks here, but we also wanna make sure that we leave that kind of highlighted blue area. Huh, look at the way this sharpened. Look at that. It's like in half. If this one snaps, it's not my fault. Look at her, she was all like, watch. She's in the background. I can just feel her judging me and going like, no. It's totally going to be your fault if it snaps. Like, don't color me with that. Trust you on the hair. Thank you. Okay. Oh, nope. See, it did. It snapped the rest of the way. It's not my fault, I swear. There we go. Okay, so we've got this much darker area here that's underneath her hair. We'll go ahead and flick and fill that up. Right? Exactly. So I will say I did notice something with this sharpener here, and I messaged my contact at Arteza because I'm hoping it's something that they can do. I really like this one, but after using it for quite a while, the blade is getting a little bit dull. And yes, I know you can put graphite in there to try and clear that out, but you know, a blade is still gonna get dull. It's not gonna keep it from getting dull. But you have to have a specific kind of blade to put in here. It'd be easy enough to replace. But I've heard that from a couple people using it. So hopefully that will be something that they will develop, will be a replacement blade for that sharpener. Because I think that's really all it's lacking. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, where does that, I think we had some white there. That's why that looks like that. I haven't done the earring yet. We'll get to the earring a little bit later. We definitely are going to get in some of this hair here. That's a little bit of her necklace, so we're going to flick in. Like I said, we're just starting with the Dioxazine Purple Hue, but we're making sure that we leave that blue highlight so that it will help to show the glow. Oh no, it's okay. It's all right. I am grateful that I am in the kind of position where I can, you know, suggest improvements that can be made. I mean, because you guys know I review a lot of Arteza stuff and I legitimately like it. But if I do find something that needs to be improved upon, I have no problem letting them know and be like, hey, this would make this product that much better. Okay. So if there's anything that if you're watching this back, if there's anything that you ever are unhappy with or you wish they would do differently, let me know. And the next time I have a chat with them, I can be sure to include the feedback, because the more feedback I have from the community about, you know, as colorists, you know, what we like and what we prefer, what we don't prefer, that kind of thing, then it's something that I can suggest to them and see if we can make some changes. Obviously, it's never a change that's going to happen overnight. You know, when things get suggested for production or as a product, obviously it has to go through, you know, the system of people that are in charge of that. Then they've got to do test runs. They've got to figure out, you know, how everything works. So it's never anything that's going to happen immediately, but it's good for them to have that feedback just the same. Oh, nice, Dawn. I've heard about the jar link ones. I might have got an email from them at one point. But I'm pretty happy. And I like my little Norris like handheld sharpener, and I still love my doll. Like, but I prefer handheld sharpeners with the Prismacolors anyway, because I don't like a super long point. And usually when I use the doll or an electric sharpener, I will get that long point. And I find that I get more breakage with Prismacolors if I have a long point because they have less support of the wood when they stand out that much. Okay, so we're just trucking along here with our little flicks. Like I said, leaving the blue. Because see, over here, it won't all have a blue highlight. It'll have a hot pink highlight, so it should look quite a bit different. Oh, and it's just a reminder, if you missed it on last week's stream, we gave away some stickers. Which, by the way, Bonnie, if you're watching this back, I know you said you sent an email, but I never got one, so you might want to double check. And I'm only saying this way because I don't have any way to get in touch with you. So, yeah, let me know, Bonnie. But anyway, there's a new sticker in the Etsy store, and we did some giveaways, but it's up there now. And members, I think your coupon is still good. I did it for like a week, so you should be good. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going with our little flicks. The coom. I've heard a lot of good things about the coom. Okay. So we're using our darkest color here. We'll layer on the other colors as well. So it's not just going to be this one. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Yes, and yes, Brittany, they are actually working on that one. That one I have already submitted. So they told me that they are working on the refills as well as the individual ones. So that is something that should come in the future. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because there are a couple colors that I am like dying to refill. Like, there's a reason we haven't been doing as much skin tone, because it's just like, Like, I did a project with them the other day and I had to use one of them, and I just ended up having to go like switch out to a different color halfway through. Thankfully, it was just the undertone, so it worked, but I was just like, I really need those refills sometime soon because my pictures are looking sad with their rainbowy colors when it should just be one color. Oh, awesome, Chris. I'm so glad. Well, hopefully here in a few weeks too, we're going to have a new mini sticker available. Little Emily requested a ladybug. So it's going to be a new little mini holographic ladybug. It should be super cute. But that'll be the new mini whenever that gets here. Yep. I totally get you on that, Ronnie. I keep being like, okay, so do we have a time? A certain level of too much nagginess, but that is probably one of the items I am most anxious for them to get in their store. So hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. I know it's on their docket. I know it is, but yeah, here's hoping. Okay. Because I love their markers so much. My poor little skin tones are just, they're very well loved. Right? It'll be so cute. Oh, it's 90 degrees there. Whew, stay inside. Stay inside. Let's get our process red and let's get some of this brighter pink down. Then we can layer in with the black raspberry and all that in a bit. Okay, so we're going to get that process because I definitely want it to look more magenta and less purple by the end of it. So we're going over that Dioxazine Purple Hue a bit. We still want to make sure that we leave this highlight for the blue glow of the crystal. Yep, same. One of these days it'd be really cool to actually go like visit Arteza where it's at. See where all the magic happens. I will say though, I filmed a video for Upcrate yesterday and I was thoroughly impressed. I don't want to spoil it. You'll see it when the video comes out. But there were some new supplies in there that I hadn't tried before that I was thoroughly impressed. Like it was really good. I can't wait to get it all edited up and posted for you guys because it was really cool. It was one of those ones that literally makes me stop and go, oh, wow. Okay, I'm feeling it. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's been hot here. We had like, it was like 103, but the feels like was like 110. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Thanks, Mother Nature. I'm super happy about those temperatures. Just cannot. Thankfully, there was a good breeze though, so that kind of balanced it out a little bit, made it a tad more tolerable. And the heat has not killed my plants yet. I have remembered to water them, and they are actually like thriving. We've got some peppers that are starting to pop up because we did like red peppers, yellow peppers, jalapeno peppers. So we've had tomatoes and my little corn, my corn stalks. They're still hanging in there, right? For different art supplies available for sale in your Etsy store. Brittany, you actually don't need to buy them on my website. If you go to ! Website. Ah, there you go. Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, grow plants, grow. I have a bunch of free color charts actually. So I have some supplies. We're using the black raspberry now. Some supplies that I have that I haven't made color charts for, to be perfectly honest. I just have not had the time. But for what I do have over there, everything's free, and they are swatch charts that you can just print and download there. I have briefly thought, and I would have to look at the cost to see how cost effective it would be, about doing like a little spiral bound book of the swatch sheets. But I don't know, like there's already a Ruby Charms one like that. So I'm not quite sure if it would actually be like worth it when right now we can just print them out on whatever paper we want. I know that some people don't have access to printers, but I was thinking just brainstorming a little bit if having physical swatch books would be something that everyone would enjoy. Okay. Because I could get them printed. You know what I need? I need one of those like coil machines myself, and so I can just print stuff out and do it that way. You know, and then just print them on an as needed basis. Because if I was gonna do swatch sheets, like I would want it on legitimate paper too. But for those ones, for the physical ones, those would be in my Etsy store. So it's just like, okay, well, if I've got the free ones for download, will anybody really want a physical copy? Okay, so we're just using the black raspberry right now. After I'm done with this black raspberry, we're gonna go in with some blue to kind of make that blue pop just a little bit more. And we are using that non-photo blue. I keep thinking it's the light cerulean blue, but no, we are using the non-photo blue. A sip of water real quick. Oh, a 3-ring binder, I like that. Okay, so this is the non-photo blue. Like I said, we're doing this because we want to highlight that glow. The other side is gonna have a pink highlight. Hi, Melissa, how are you? Okay, so we're just using the non-photo blue. There we go. And then we're going to use the sky blue light. Gonna fill in that rest of the highlight. And then we're gonna use our blender on this section that we've already done here. There we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and use our blender. I wondered about that. And I know I've heard some people comment on the order, but honestly, like for the order for my, like, I think a lot of it has to do with personal preference, because I mean, everyone sees color differently. So the way that I do, unless I've got like a pre-made color order, so like Prismacolor, I use the same order I've been using for ages. But the way that I do my charts when I do them is that I fill out the swatch chart,
and then I cut them out, and then I rearrange them until I'm happy with the color order, and then that is the color order that I put them in. But I know that not everybody, you know, feels the same way. If they want, you know, it to start with a different color, they want a chart to start with red because that's like true rainbow order, you know, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. So there's a lot of differences in opinion about, you know, what's the best way to do it. I mean, and I get that too, because the more expensive the paper, the more expensive the book is going to be. So if you want it more affordable for people, then you have to use, you know, but it depends on if you're self-printing or if you're going through a publisher or whatever else, because, you know, Johanna's books are really nice, but she also goes through a publisher. And like anybody who's made a coloring book through a publisher, you know, ideally they get to choose their own paper, you know, short of unless you get it published on CreateSpace, which I would not want to do a swatch book on CreateSpace paper. I like to have mine on my good quality Nina paper. Okay, I'm loving this right now. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I rattle out what I'm saying. Sorry. Okay. There we go. All right, how are we feeling? It's definitely looking a bit more purpley than I had intended, but I think we can work with it. We might actually bring in a little bit of black. Maybe a little bit. So I definitely want it to be dark. Oh. Yeah. Oh, thank you. No CreateSpace, right? No, I feel I know some people like they're, you know, don't hate the CreateSpace paper, but I'll be honest, like I feel the way about CreateSpace paper the way that I feel about Rose Arts. I'm sorry. I know. I said it. I'm a paper snob. I'll admit it. But I like good quality paper. That being said, if I get a book from CreateSpace, there's nothing that says that I can't scan it in and reprint it on my own paper. Okay, let's see. There we go. All right, let's get a little bit of... Right? This is a little category of supplies that I just, you know, sneer at whenever I see them. Prismacolor blender is one of them. I'm using the black raspberry at the moment. I'm sorry, but it's true. I have strong feelings about some art supplies. Is it an unpopular opinion? I don't know if it is an unpopular opinion. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, thank you. We get some hypes in chat for Elizabeth! Exclamation point hype with those handy dandy hype emotes. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Appreciate you. Yeah, scan it in, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I like to do, you know, my illustrations. Will it turn into a book someday? Who knows? I have some kind of behind the scenes like projects going on, but not anything towards, it's actually not that, it's artistic related, but it's not too like coloring related. I'm going to be creating some different things hopefully, but it's just kind of cool to see all of this kind of lead somewhere a little bit. Some cool new exciting things happening. Got stuff with Arteza happening, which is going to be more giveaways for you guys. If you guys could choose like one item from Arteza, like I'm curious, what is the popularity of different products. Obviously, I know it's going to be depending on each person because everybody, you know, some people may have the pencils, some people may have the watercolors. But if you were to look on Artesa's website and be like, okay, I like this, this, and this. If you were to make yourself a personal wish list, I'm using sky blue light now. What are some of the items from Artesa that you all would be interested in trying or you would be excited to get? Like, what are some of your favorites? And if you're watching this back, put your answer in the comments because that's actually going to help me a little bit later on when we get to doing more giveaways from Artesa. It might give me a little bit better because we've done pencils once. We've done the alcohol markers, and I was actually surprised there wasn't as much excitement around the alcohol markers as I thought there might be. I mean, people were still excited, obviously, but yeah. Ever blenders. I like it. Yeah, Christina, I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. I do not enjoy the Prismacolor blender like at all. I can't. Not with the Caran d'Ache one. Okay, that is the first section of hair there. I think that blue is going to stand out so much more when we have the pink on the other side. But I'm liking that. I'm liking how it looks. I think that we could definitely add some more blue to it. I don't think there's enough blue. So I'm actually going to press kind of hard now with my sky blue light. And I want to bring in some more of these blue highlights here. I want it to stand out a little bit more. I was looking at maybe some watercolors. Watercolors could be fun. Or even the watercolor pencils. No, there's a lot of options. Yeah, I like that better. We're adding a bit more blue in here because it's supposed to be, you know, a glow from it. And I am pressing harder because I really kind of want to overlay my blue on top of these other colors. There we go. Watercolors, okay. I've only used a 72 set of watercolor and regular pencils and their medium grade metallic and glitter gel pens. Which glitter gel pens have you tried? Because the super glitter gel pens are super fun. Because they're super, no, but seriously, like I love those ones better than their regular glitter gel pens. Okay. Okay, I'm happier with that. That's got a little bit more blue kind of on it, like a little bit more of a glow. And then this side naturally will be a little bit darker. They are, yeah, they definitely are. Okay, let's go ahead and use our Dioxazine Purple Hue. They do, I think it's the Inconic ones. Okay, so now we're gonna do the other side a little bit. How are we doing on time? We still got like 20 minutes. So let's work a little bit over here. I wanna get some of the pink in the hair so you can see the difference before we move on, because this part here is gonna have a little bit more of the blue also. But yeah, she's definitely looking a little pink. But I like it. All right, so Dioxazine Purple Hue. We're gonna get some of these flicks in here. There we go. Kind of only know Prismacolors, Polychromos, and Crayola. Not familiar with Artesa, so anything. Okay, good to know. I mean, because we can definitely always do some more pencil giveaways. Oh, I need to redo her eyes. Hang on, that bothers me. Let's redo her eyelashes here real quick. Because right now, her eyelashes, they be gone. That's better. Get a little bit more of them eyelashes in there. Yeah, that's better. When I go over them with the white, they sort of disappear. add some bottom ones as well. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and now that we have our hair color picked, we could also do her eyebrows. Ooh, nice. Okay. See, this is good. I like knowing what y'all like. Okay. Feel like having her eyebrows done always helps. All right, let's grab our black raspberry. Of light pink glitter gel pens, didn't learn? Of the super glitter ones? Weird. Did you tell them? That's the other thing. It was like they've got fantastic customer service. Like if you tell them, they will generally replace them for you. Not generally, they will. Okay, so mulberry. There we go. That's much better. Get her some eyebrows done. I feel like her eyes could be just a little bit darker too. This is that stage where I get to the fiddly stage where I just kind of want to keep messing with everything. All right, let's grab our, let's see, this is, oh, not super, just regular. Yeah, well, definitely, if you didn't contact them, I would do that for sure, because they're generally really good about replacements. And we're gonna do a little bit of pink rose inside of her eye. Just there, and an inside part there. Let's get a little processed red. Or no, this is mulberry, sorry. Mulberry. There we go, that's better. She looks like the fiddly stage, exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's weird if they haven't gotten back to you, because they're generally really good about replacing. It's like the one thing they've got. In fact, I had a meeting with them, me and some other creators, and we had an opportunity to, you know, comments, questions, that kind of thing. And me, along with a couple of the other creators, like that was the big thing, was their customer service, which is good for them to hear, because if they hear that, you know, people are choosing to go to them rather than Amazon because of their customer service, that means they're going to continue said customer service. And I love that about them. It's so crumbly. Stop crumbling, pencil. All right, we're going to grab the doll for this one because, see, is my Norris full? Could be the Norris. It's a little bit full. Let's empty it real quick. No more crumble. You're not a dessert. You're not a pencil crumble. You're a pencil. I emptied it right before, but I've been using it a fair amount. Oof, there we go. Let's try that again, shall we? Much better. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay. So it's Wednesday. This weekend is Father's Day. For those of you who celebrate, do you have any big plans? I don't know that we have any big plans here. You know, just kind of the normal, you know, favorite food, let them relax, that kind of thing, gifts, etc. Okay. Just doing the little flicks here with the Dioxazine Purple Hue. Now we've got this strand that's all the way down here. Are we still in frame for that? No, let's zoom out just a little bit. There we go. There we go. But yeah, we can continue this page on Friday. If I have time, I'd like to, since I've kind of shown you the hair, I want to get caught up with the hair. That way we can work on everything else on Friday. Thanks, Kenny. Okay, let's go ahead and grab now the process red. Get some of this pink in. A little bit of sharpen. Only like 1 or 2 of these strands is going to have the blue. The rest are all going to have the pink. Okay, a little bit under that strand there. Now we're definitely going to need to get some of that black raspberry in, and then we'll use the hot pink, and then we'll make sure that those other blue ones stand out a little bit. Hair can definitely be a little bit fiddly, but you just kind of got to take your time, do your flicks, get all your colors in. Getting those multiple colors is what helps you kind of get the depth in your hair rather than just a single flat color. I will, yes, it is on its way here. Hopefully it'll be here before the end of the month and I can release that. We're gonna use the black raspberry. The lady, now I'm sad. What are you doing? I didn't even push that hard. There wasn't even a snap. Rude. Always catches me off when it's just like, nope, I'm just gonna fall straight out. And it's like, come on. Are you kidding me? Yeah, so I have a ladybug coloring page. The new mini sticker is gonna be a ladybug and it will be coming out here hopefully soon, whenever it gets here. There we go. But look at this, it sharpened all weird now and I've got wood here, but it's okay. As long as it doesn't fall apart on me again, we're good. We're good. Although seeing all that wood there bothers me. Hang on, can I just maybe peel it back? There you go, look, now he's all derpy looking. But yeah, there's a ladybug coloring page, and then we've got a new ladybug mini. I cannot wait to show it to you guys. The way that I order my minis from places other than where I order my large ones, and this place where I order the minis, I can choose specifically where to put the like holographic bits. So it's not like the whole thing's holographic, only small sections. But yeah, it's fun. Super fun. Okay, so we're using the black raspberry. We're gonna make sure and get in some of that blue too. Right? Seriously. Well, the ladybug page is already there. Ladybug page is already there. Ladybug page has been up there for a while, actually. But yeah, little Emily really wanted a ladybug mini, so that's what I did. Because the funny thing is, whenever I get a new sticker, they always claim one as their own, and they've been filling up their bed frames with my stickers. So she wanted to add a ladybug to her collection. I was like, all right. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna do, this one is the blue. It's gonna come down. This is gonna have a little bit of blue. Let's see. Maybe a little bit there. And then the rest of them is all gonna be hot pink. So now we're gonna take the hot pink, and we are going to fill in the rest of this. Then we're gonna use our blender and we're gonna refine it just a little bit. Okay, let's use our blender. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now we're gonna go down. Get that nice solid color, get rid of all that tooth. Honestly, I love this part when I feel like using the blender is like the equivalent of when you add water onto a page that you've been using Inktense with, and it just like pops. Like, oh, hello color, where have you been all my life? Fancy meeting you here. Okay. Like with his hair, she's almost got like a punk rock thing going on. I don't know that I'll do a background yet. I feel like it's kind of set up to where a background should happen, but my brain hasn't gotten that far yet. Your cat is snoring. Oh no. Okay. There we go. Almost done with that. All right, so I'm gonna reiterate a little bit with the sky blue light. Thank you. Oh, you know what? We didn't use any non-photo blue on the areas that are getting a little bit of a blue glow, so we're gonna do that. But a little bit of blue. Okay, be a little bit there. All right, let's use the sky blue light. You cannot rush your brain. Absolutely can't. My brain spends most of its day trying to catch up with everything else. Okay. So we're gonna throw in this blue here in the areas that are gonna have a little bit of that blue highlight. Okay. This one here. Okay. The rest of it is gonna have that pink. Let's grab a little bit of this processed red here. I wanna make sure this stands out. Okay, then let's get our black. It's like we did on the other side, and we are just gonna help define some of these strands of hair here. Okay. Here we go. Looks like so. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. You remember that game, the gum, like the zebra gum, the zebra stripe gum? Like that's kind of what her hair reminds me of. Okay. Get a little bit more of that blender here. Here we go. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Obviously, we still have the top of her hair to do and this side, but I'm actually kind of glad that we did darker hair because it made her face not seem quite as dark as it was. And then obviously we still have the glow of the crystal to do. And then the dress and everything, but we're gonna do it in sections. We're gonna finish the hair first, and then we'll kind of choose the rest of our colors based on that. But I gotta say, I am really pleased with the direction that she is going. Yeah, fruit stripe gum, right? It was so good. Yeah, I think she's turning out really nice. I'm pleased. I think she'll look really cool when she's all done. So we'll continue this page on Friday. My goal is to finish the hair for you. We'll see if it happens, but either way, we'll pick it up and we'll finish it up on Friday. So yeah, not too shabby. I'm glad we did Prismacolors with it. I think the color scheme is working out. And we may add a little bit more definition to her face over here. I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, there we are. All right, everyone. Well, Elizabeth, thank you for your super chat. And Blue Rooster, thank you for subscribing. I'm gonna head out. I will see you all Friday night. Have a great rest of your week. And I will see you at the start of the weekend, or for some of you, already in the weekend.
All right, everyone. Keep being awesome, and I will chat with you all in a couple of days. All right? Bye.